Alright, this is the Redcat Ascent. My first competition style crawler, my first crawler, period, really. I built a rock bouncer crawler and I took that out. I ended up liking it enough to go and buy an actual crawler. So this one comes in two colors, the red and the blue. The blue is what I grabbed because you can see the truck bed actually comes off and it looks a whole lot better to me. Yeah, and it's the base model, so this is $289 out the box. So the first thing I did to try to make it my own was I took the truck body off. It looks better. It's got more of a competition feel to it. I wouldn't say the weight makes that much of a difference, but whatever. And then the second thing I did was take this battery tray off. There was a battery tray in the back, so the battery sat back here, which brings the weight too far back on a competition crawler, in my opinion. So I took that off, and then inside here I got a smaller battery. I think these are mostly for drones. And this Velcro, you just stick some Velcro to the side rail here and the skid. Strap it in with the strap that was originally on the battery tray here, and you're good to go. The second thing I did was replace the stock springs that came with it. I got some Team Losi minis, so I put the pinks in the front and the reds in the back. The pinks are softer, and what you can see is the front here, it raises up, but it's pretty much full droop to where it doesn't dip. The back dips a little bit. The articulation isn't the best. I mean, I've done better on my scratch built bouncer, but it does what it's got to do for now. So then the next thing I did was I replaced the transmission gears and gave it overdrive to the front wheels. So the front wheels move at a faster rate than the back wheels, which is really good on the steep, slippery inclines. So you can see the front moves at a faster rate than the rear. And it honestly does make a difference on the steep inclines, especially the slippery ones. So what you do is you avoid this rear twist, so the rear doesn't have the ability to kick up like that and get you off balance. You'll find that the front is pulling and dragging the rear behind, which I'm okay with. I like that. The next thing I did was I added portal weights. So the next thing I did was I gave it 65 grams of portal weight in the front. I personally think it might be fine after taking it out today. It might be good enough, or I might end up having to add weight to the back portal cover, the diff cover in the back, because it did tend to flip over a little bit too much. But some of the downhills you gotta really gun it. You gotta really gun it to keep that rear end down. But some of the downhills they're not far enough that you can just gun it and get out of it. Sometimes you have to make a turn in there, and that speed's not gonna really help you. But what I do have as far as my upgrades, my plan, my upgrades, I don't know what tires and foams I'm going to go with, so I'm going to keep rocking these until I can't rock them anymore. I thought about getting, since I took the back off, getting some nice chassis braces like the carbon fibers, just to make it look a little better, and then getting a tire mount, and then maybe just mounting one here just for looks, just to be a little bit more different, but I don't know. It might bring the weight up a little too high. I thought it would be negligible, but after today, I don't know. And then also, you can get steel or aluminum bumpers. I might have to do that. And I have a new body coming. Should get here in a few days or a week or so. I'm not even going with the stock body anymore. I'm going with a whole different body, a whole different paint scheme to match my other livery. But yeah, with this, taking these gears out was a big difference. Adding this weight was a big difference. Changing these springs out. I kept the same shock oil in here. But it does pretty decent on the side hills, but I think it could do better. So I have some desert lizards coming. Also, I might have to try laying these shocks down a little bit more and maybe getting a Rock Pirate shock mount for the front. This thing got torn up today, which is cool. I got a motor on the way, the quick run Fusion. So that is a brushless with the ESC attached, which frees up this space here. So what I might do is get a battery tray to relocate this battery to the front. That'll add more weight, and then I could probably add more weight to the back, but at some point you don't want to keep adding weight, which I understand, but I don't know what the threshold is, what the cutoff is. Yeah, so this over the Axial, for $10 less, you already get the metal suspension links in here. Mine are pretty dinged up right now. It's still both plastic drive shafts, which I can change later on, but you get the portals, the portal axles, which is pretty dope. I mean, you get a lot of clearance, so I don't need to get the 4.75 wheels. I can keep the 4.2 tires on here. Yeah, the chassis, the chassis is metal. The Fusion for $100 more, $110 more, you get the carbon fiber chassis. Pretty nice, actually. But you get the brushless motor, and you get the underdrive already on there. So as a beginner, I don't know the difference. So I need to start from base and then work my way up and figure out, okay, what do I like, what don't I like, and figure out why certain mods are essential or not. And I'm sure eventually I need a new servo. But until I need it, I'm not going to mess with it. I got some springs on the way, some internal shocks, some internal spring shocks coming. I have that motor coming. And I got some wheels coming, but I don't know what tires and foams I'm going to run yet. I talked to the guys at the shop, and the best I got is which diameter I need, but you can see it's already kind of cracking, and I've only taken this thing out like 5 times. Sometimes you got to really give it gas to get up some of those steep hills, as you'll see in the footage. I'm cool with the battery. I think I'm cool with everything else. Trying to think of what else I got coming. At some point you'll have to replace these gears with metal gears, because even the transmission gears are plastic, which that nylon or ABS is it's odd, but replacing the plastic portal covers with the weights, it gives it a little bit more strength. And then you have to kind of pick and choose where you put your strength, because you don't want to have too much metal, and then it adds the stress to the plastic parts that aren't designed to deal with that. Yeah, and then with the next body, I probably drill some holes in here and stick the body mounts in here somehow to keep that closed. But for now, I use a bungee that I just connect from here to here, and it keeps the body down really decently. But yeah, I got to take it to the hobby shop on the course, and that course was crazy, man. That course was, whoever designed that is a lunatic. I enjoyed that very much. But yeah, this is so far. This is the build. This is we call this one game mode for right now.